animals. Or take ships as an example. Although they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder wherever the pilot wants to go.
Yeah, it's okay. From verse 1 to verse 3, what is the picture? What is the picture James is trying to paint to us from verse 1 to verse 3? If we have to summarize it the way we understand it.
It's talking about perfection, the perfection of the saints, and that it has to do with our mouth, our tongue. That we should guide our tongue so that we will not, no filthy words will utter out of our mouth. In our perfection, we must guide our tongue.
The verse 1, he makes some serious, important statement there. The verse 1, read it again, please.
Not many of you should presume to be teachers.
What does it mean? What is he trying to say?
What is
you see, don't look at what he's saying. Why will he say that? Why will he? Do you think he started by telling this is something he's addressing some people, and he started by saying that they shouldn't, not many of them should presume to be teachers. Why do you think that he said that? Before we come to explaining it.
Can I try?
Try.
It is said, to whom much is given, much is expected. And as you are going to be a teacher, then it means you have learned much. And much will be expected of you. So it's not...
So he sort of...
It's like a caution.
A cautioning statement. He's cautioning them. This means that many people in the congregation were rushing to come, so as it were, occupying a position that they were not fit to be. They were rushing based on their own,
abilities.
Ego, what they wanted to achieve. They think, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can teach. You know, teaching in those days was a difficult task. So even Paul would tell the women to shut up. When they go home, they should ask their husband for them to explain certain portions of the Bible to them. So teaching in those days were seen by some people as the prominent thing in the church. So if you come to the church and you want to be seen or want to be heard, then you need to be a teacher. And because normally that thing is in us as human beings, normally so about 90 to 98% of people, anywhere they go, they don't want to be talked to, they want to talk to. They don't want to sit down, they want to be seen. So people were not rushing to becoming teachers. Not that it was bad, but their spiritual growth and maturity was not up to that standard. So then he was now admonishing them that they shouldn't presume. Presume, that word he used, presume means that they were not up to, they were pretending to be teachers, but they were not up to that standard. So he said, not many, read it again.
Not many of you should presume to be teachers, my brothers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly.
That's right. You who teach, you shall be judged more strictly by the things you say. You see, there are some people, they say one thing and they do another thing. But because they want to be seen in the church as functioning or as sort of, every time being ahead of people, they wanted to come to a place where they have not been. So here, here James is trying to admonish all of us that whatever you are doing, whatever ministry you are holding, the things you say, you must be ready to go by what you teach. You do not teach virtues and then you will practice vice. When you do that, there is a judgment waiting for you. You will tell people to sleep 6 and you will sleep at 8. That is not a good thing. So here a teacher must live by an example, so that the word that you teach or the way that you say to people will not at the end of the day enslave you. Let's move on. Verse 2.
We all stumble in many ways. If anyone is never at fault in what he says, he is a perfect man.
Okay. The question many people have been asking and saying these days is that nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Yeah, we are on the church, but we are all not perfect. But James is now trying to let us understand something. That we cannot hide behind the cloak of we are not perfect, and always remain at one place. In the days of Noah, people were not doing the right thing, but Noah was found perfect before the sight of God. So if Noah, being a human being here on earth, has been able to be perfect before God, then I don't know why we too, standing before the same God, in the same land, cannot strive to sort of be perfect. Sometimes people say we are not perfect, so we are not doing anything. He has been in the church for 10, 15 years, but there seems not to be any changes, any difference in his life. So James is saying that if somebody is not, let's read it again, the verse 2.
We all stumble in many ways.
We all stumble, we all make mistakes, we all miss the point. We all offend one another. We all make errors one way or the other. But that is not the point. Let's proceed.
If anyone is never at fault in what he says.
That the word if here brings a condition. If anyone is not at fault of what that's what he says. If you will say thou shalt not fornicate, and you are not fornicating, but you say nobody should fornicate, in that aspect of your life, you are perfect. If you will say nobody should lie, and you are not lying, in that aspect, you are perfect. In that area, you are perfect. So if we can monitor the things we say and make sure we obey that, then we will see that the totality of our life shall be perfection. Read it again.
The verse 2. We all stumble in many ways. If anyone is never at fault in what he says, he is a perfect man, able to keep his whole body in check.
So what will make a man imperfect or impure? From the verse 2, the answer is right embedded in there.
That is your own act.
Your own acts.
Your own deeds.
Your own deeds.
That make you imperfect.
Who again?
And as he uses it directly that if you can put yourself in check, which means if you can't check yourself, then you are not perfect. You
isn't going to be pure or perfect if you cannot check your own self. Sometimes the mistake we do is that we check others, but we don't check ourselves. But if you can check yourself, you can be perfect, because that's why the Bible says, "Judge not, for the same measure you judge others, the same measure you shall be judged." So you have somebody to judge. Apostle Paul says, if you judge yourself, no one will judge you. So instead of judging others, we need to judge our own selves. The way we talk, the way we handle ourselves, the way we worship God. Is it the best we can do? Don't look at anybody. Sometimes the reason we think we are better is that we live in a relativity. Oh, this person is, if I weigh, this person is 4, I am in 7. So I am better than her or him. So instead of striving to go forward, oh, I don't drink like this person, I don't gossip like this person, then you are standing at one place. So instead of judging others, judge your own behavior. When you judge yourself, you can make the necessary correction and then move on. So to be able to be to be pure or perfect, one always needs to check his own self. Check your own ways. Check your